Warm greetings. Sibonga umusa ngolwesine lomkhuleko, and sibonga uthando, and we thank God for protecting us, for keeping us. Today, still in the month of August, still learning from the women in the Bible. Looking at a story that is found in the book of Exodus, the story of Moses, a very well-known story, I would say. But I'm looking at this story and looking at something different, maybe not really looking at Moses, but looking at the woman in his story. Moses is a divine creation of God for his purpose, for his greater or his bigger purpose for abantu bakhe, whom we know that held Egypt under not so nice circumstances and captivity. And Moses is born, and ngiyacabanga umamakhe doesn't even think ukuthi he is born, but as a symbol of deliverance, as a symbol of a new beginning, a new dawn, as a symbol of freedom, as a symbol of salvation for a nation, like any other child. But we see here abantwana children being in danger of being killed, and the mother displaying courage and saying, I will defy whatever mthetho, I will defy whatever is being said to protect my child. But little does she know that protect her God's vision would defy authorities, would defy rulers, would defy whatever, maybe in her thoughts it's just about uba umama. Mothers would do anything to protect abantwana babo, but not understanding the depth of things, that I am actually protecting God's vision. And she goes and she puts the baby in a basket, the river and all. She hides this baby. And then we see another woman coming into play here, in Pharaoh's daughter. And now we see compassion. We see a woman that allowed God to touch her heart, to soften her heart, and to have compassion, to also defy, because it was a well-known thing that boy children have to die. And we see this particular one taking a baby that is of a different tribe. They were from different tribes, probably different, isn't as one. But a compassion that goes beyond looking at somebody else and seeing them as seeing them as they're not from my wood, they're not from my tribe, they're not from my clan, they're not from my nation, they're not from my country, but allowing a compassion to go beyond. Am I related to this boy? Is this boy my biological child? Is this child, but saying all life is important, and God is using an unlikely a person here. God is using umntwana wesicebi, to protect his vision, to protect the carrier of his divine purpose. And she in turn calls one of the workers to say, go and find me a woman that will nurse, that will breastfeed this baby. She takes this baby out of the river, out of hiding, and finds somebody that will nurse and breastfeed the baby. Now, lapho sibona the importance of destiny helpers. Now sibona the importance of collaboration. And she goes out, this woman goes out and finds a woman and to be able to discern amongst the women who the best woman to take care of this baby would be. We see the impact and the importance of having a spirit of discernment. We see the importance of collaboration. We see the importance of compassion. We see the importance in the story of courage. We see the importance of defying authorities, of defying principalities and rulers who oppress others. We see the importance of preserving and protecting a life that women can play in life. Who are the Moseses in our lives? We see so many things happening with especially boy kids. It may not be physical death that they are facing, but they are facing so many deaths, and in a form of abuse, substance abuse, drugs, immorality that is going on. Baningi mhlawumbe Moses that abangasinda ekufeni if women collaborated, if women understood, if women went out there, if we sixhumana and we know how to work together so that we can protect God's vision in all children, so that we can protect God's divine purpose in all children, so that kungavuka O Moses, who will be a symbol of leadership, a symbol of deliverance, of salvation, who will be one day those kids that God will use to part the Red Sea for all these challenges esihamba sibhekana nazo emhlabeni. It's a beautiful story. So much to learn from the story. But I think more than anything, uNkulunkulu, God shows us that any situation can be used. Anyone can be used. Anyone can play a role. We all have a role to play in the greater good of izinto. And before we step out today, this morning, we pray for God to raise women like that in our society. We pray for God to touch our lives, to make our hearts soft, that we may not be hard to vulnerabilities of other children that we don't birth, but wonke umntwana who needs to be taken out, to be pulled out of the river, to be pulled out of hiding. We may be those women. We may be destiny helpers for the children generally in our lives, that we may be women who can work together for God's mission, for God's purpose, for a greater divine purpose. We pray for a spirit of discernment. We pray for a spirit of collaboration. We pray to God to make us courageous women, to make us women who can stand up and fight for what is right. Have a beautiful and a productive Thursday.